Hey everyone, welcome back to Fort Worth. Today we are going to do another walking tour around some of the historic sites of Fort Worth. So, let's go. Our first stop here on the tour will be the site of Camp Fort Worth and the site of the first Masonic Hall in Fort Worth. There's just a few placards here about it. I don't know if you can see it. That's very neat. And there's another little placard over here. Our second stop on this tour comes here to the former site of the Leonard Brothers department store, which in 1918 would have been the largest department store in Fort Worth. So large that in 1960 it actually occupied 6 city blocks. However, as you can see, it is no longer here. It also had the first escalators built in the South, and it had its own subway line called the M&O Subway Express that went from Panther Island, what is now Panther Island Pavilion, up here to what was the Leonard Brothers store. It was sold to the Tandy Corporation in 1967, which most people knew the subway as the Tandy Subway, and in 1974 the store was shut down due to new competition in the area. And across the street from the former Leonard Brothers store is the Tarrant County Courthouse. Now, I already did an explanation of this in a previous video, but I'll just do a quick explanation. Now, this one was built between 1893 and 1895 at a cost that exceeded $400,000, which in 1895 would have been a whole heck of a lot of money. And if you want to learn more about this building, check out my previous video around Fort Worth. I was walking down the street here on Houston and just kind of came across this old Norris Theater. So I didn't find a lot of information about it, but apparently it's no longer a theater and it is now a mixed-use office building. Kind of neat. Check out that old juvenile shoe store sign, along with all these other buildings down here. Very neat. Looks like that is a saloon now.
Apparently that's craft show.
Huh. Interesting. Oh, and there's a comedy theater down here. There's a view of the other side of the street. And that big building right there is actually a hotel, the Worthington Hotel. Sundance Alley. Was it top step? And that over there is the Knight of Pythias building, which I've already done twice in the previous videos. And now we have come back to Sundance Square. And this mural in Sundance Square was painted in 1985 by Richard Haas. Welcome everyone to the Bass Performance Hall. So this really isn't a historic building because it was built in 1998, but the architecture of it is just awesome. And we've actually been in here and seen a play, Dracula, the ballet. It was pretty amazing. The building you see in front of me is the former Blackstone Hotel. It is 22 stories tall and is the tallest hotel in Fort Worth. It was built in 1929 and operated under many different names until about 1982, where it went vacant, and in the late 1990s was restored and reopened in 1999, and now is operated under Marriott Courtyard. We actually plan to stay in this building very soon and do a hotel review. We came across this placard here describing who Amon Carter was. Came across another one of these little placard things here. They are lined up everywhere around Fort Worth with cool historic information. Lockheed Martin. Welcome to 714 Main Building. This was actually once the tallest building in Fort Worth. It is 24 stories tall, and it was formerly known as the Transport Life Building and was built from 1920 to 1921. Pretty neat building. Another placard here about the King Candy Company, 810 Main Street. So that would have been right across, right there. That building right there. Another placard here, Cynthia Ann Parker and Native Americans of North Texas. And then right across the street from that, there is the JFK Memorial. And then right here is the Hilton Fort Worth, but it was known as the Hotel Texas. And on November 22nd, 1963, JFK gave his final speech in the Crystal Ballroom. And right in front of us is the Fort Worth Convention Center. Not sure what that building is over there. I looked up how much these apartments were in this building, and a one bedroom starts at $2,400. I was just curious. Another one of these placards. And over here we have the Fort Worth Water Gardens, which was built in 1974. It is a 4.3 acre park, and it's actually been used in Hollywood films and music videos as well. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video of another Fort Worth historic walking tour. We've seen many cool buildings today and a little water garden. So until the next one, keep on traveling.